In the spotlight tonight is David Pollard from Garstang, an ecologist. His specialist subject is venomous snakes. Barry Simmons from Leeds, an IT analyst whose subject is Robert Fitzroy. Anna Statham from London, a retired secretary, and her specialist subject is the Hilda tablet plays by Henry Reed. And Christopher Mackay from Ashton-under-Lyne, a bookmaker, and his subject, World Cup football. Hello, I'm John Humphreys, and welcome to Mastermind, the show that's the quizzing equivalent of winning Olympic gold. At the end of tonight's show, one of our contenders will cross the finishing line to gain a place in the next round and will inch that much closer to being crowned Mastermind champion. The rules, as ever, 2 rounds, 1 on specialist subjects, 1 on general knowledge. So, let's have our first contender, please. And your name is?
David Pollard.
Your occupation?
I'm an ecologist.
And your chosen subject?
Venomous snakes.
Venomous snakes in 2 minutes. Also known as the hammer dryad, what is the world's longest poisonous snake?
King cobra.
Correct. There are 2 main categories of snake venom: neurotoxic, typically secreted by cobras, and which other, typically secreted by vipers?
Hemotoxic.
Yes. Vermicella annulata, an Australian snake with distinctive black and white or yellow rings, has what common name?
Bandy bandy.
Yes. On which Caribbean island is the true feather lance, Botrops lanceolatus, uniquely found?
Barbados.
Martinique. Which snake has the longest fans, measuring up to 5 centimetres long, and has a remarkable camouflage among leaves on the ground?
Gaboon viper.
Yes. How is the snake family Crotallinae generally known because of the orifices between each eye and nostril that contain heat-sensitive membranes?
Pit vipers.
Yes. To which genus, with a name deriving from the Greek for water snake, do most of the true sea snakes belong?
Pass.
Which highly poisonous snake that can be fatal to man has an Afrikaans name meaning tree snake?
Black mamba.
Boomslang. Which New World viper is easily recognisable owing to the raised scales around its eyes, for which it gets its common name?
Eyelash viper.
Yes. Which fish forms the principal diet of the yellow-lipped sea crate?
Pass.
What general name is given to the New World snakes, mostly of the genus Micrurus, which are notable for their brightly marked bands of red, black and yellow or white?
Coral snakes.
Yes. Which rare viper of southern China is so unusual that it's placed in a subfamily of its own called Azemiopinae?
Fierce viper.
Yes. Which family of snakes, characterised by short fangs fixed in the upper jaw, contains some of the world's most poisonous snakes, including cobras and mambas?
Elapids.
Yes. Which snake is the world's longest pit viper and the only American pit viper to lay eggs?
Bushmaster.
Yes. Which species of rattlesnake was pictured on the early American flags with the slogan, "Don't tread on me"?
Western diamondback rattlesnake.
The timber. In addition to spitting venom, which other last resort defence mechanisms are used by some snakes? I've started, so I shall finish, including the South African cobra, the rinkal.
They bite as well.
No, playing dead. That's what they do. You had 2 passes. The eel is what the yellow-lipped sea crate likes to eat very much indeed, and that genus I was looking for is Hydrophis, or Hydrophis. 2 passes, David Pollard, 10 points. And our next contender, please. And your name is?
Barry Simmons.
Your occupation?
IT analyst.
And your chosen subject?
The life of Robert Fitzroy.
Robert Fitzroy in 2 minutes. What was the name of the Suffolk mansion near Bury St Edmunds where Robert Fitzroy was born in 1805?
Hampton Hall.
Correct. According to Charles Darwin's autobiography, he was almost rejected for the Beagle voyage because Fitzroy doubted he would have sufficient energy and determination because of one of his facial features. Which one?
The shape of his nose.
Yes, Fitzroy was a descendant of which dukes, the first of whom had been an illegitimate son of Charles II and Barbara Villiers?
Grafton.
Yes, what was the name of the captain of the Beagle who shot himself on board in 1828, after which Fitzroy was given command of the ship?
Fingal Stokes.
Correct. In 1849, Fitzroy was given command of which vessel that was the Navy's first screw-driven steamship?
Arrogance.
Yes, what was the job of Augustus Earle, who was one of the civilians aboard the Beagle?
Artist.
Yes, in 2002, which sea area, mentioned daily in BBC shipping forecasts, was renamed Fitzroy in honour of his meteorological work?
Finisterre.
Correct. What was the name of the hydrographer to the Navy who was involved in the Beagle expedition of 1831 to 36 and who brought Fitzroy and Darwin together?
Beaufort.
Yes. For which constituency was Fitzroy an MP from 1841 to 43?
Durham.
Yes. Fitzroy's clerk, Edward Hellier, drowned off which islands during the Beagle's second mission?
Falklands.
Correct. What was the name of the American sealing schooner that Fitzroy bought for £1,300 and renamed Adventure in honour of the Beagle's former consort?
Unicorn.
Correct. Who travelled with Fitzroy and Darwin to Tierra del Fuego in order to set up a mission at Woollya from which he had to be rescued for his own safety?
Matthews.
Yes, in 1859, the sinking of the Royal Charter off the coast of which island precipitated his work on storm warning devices?
Anglesey.
Correct. At Fitzroy's own expense, who was hired for the 1831 Beagle voyage to tend personally to the ship's many chronometers?
George Stebbing.
Yes, Fitzroy wrote of which city that he reached in January 1836, "It is difficult to believe it'll continue to flourish in proportion to its rise. It has sprung into existence too suddenly."
Sydney.
Correct. What subtitle did Fitzroy give to his seminal work, The Weather Book, published in 1862?
Pass.
Who succeeded Fitzroy as Governor of New Zealand in 1845? I've started, so I'll finish, when he was recalled after just 2 years' service.
Sir George Grey.
George Grey it is. You had only one pass. The subtitle given to that seminal work was A Manual of Practical Meteorology. Otherwise, you had a perfect round. Barry Simmons, 16 points. And our next contender, please. And your name is?
Anna Statham.
Your occupation?
Retired secretary.
And your chosen subject?
The Hilda Tablet radio plays of Henry Reed.
Hilda Tablet plays in 2 minutes. In which London street does Hilda Tablet live with Elsa Strauss?
Coptic Street.
Correct. Which actor plays the pop composer and singer Owen Shewin throughout the plays?
Pass.
Which Greek multimillionaire offers Hilda the use of his yacht so she can write an opera based on an Hellenic theme?
Aeschylus Athanasius.
Yes. In Emily Butter, what reason does Emily give to Mrs. Wetherall for her late arrival at work?
The tram from Golders Green was late again.
Yes, a trolley bus from Golders Green. When Reeve first meets Hilda Tablet, she's rehearsing Elsa in an atonal setting of words by which German philosopher?
Schopenhauer.
Correct. In Music Discrete, Dame Hilda describes which work by Richard Strauss as quite as good as the 4 Indian love lyrics in their way?
The 4 last songs.
Yes, according to General Gland, what did the Prussian General Dieter von Kerchelsdorf have that were the envy of everyone?
Pass.
In The Private Life of Hilda Tablet, what, according to the rectors, Hilda promised to leave to the Church of Mul Extrinsica after her death?
Her feet.
Yes. Which of Dame Hilda's works does the music critic Angel Bish discuss after a request for it by Mrs. D.M. Swancourt of Ashford in Kent?
Pass.
In A Very Great Man Indeed, which picture by Titian is hanging in Stephen Shewin's bedroom?
Woman taken in adultery.
Yes. What, according to Hilda, is the English translation of her old school motto?
Never forget.
Your later life may be even worse. When the little Marquis of Mulchester drops his programme from the box at the premiere of Emily Butter, which mountaineer climbs up to return it to him?
Sir Edmund Hillary.
Yes. What's the opening line of Owen Sherwin's song about the moon that he plays and sings for Hilda?
Oh, Moon Go Slow.
Moonlight over Naples. In Not a Drum Was Heard, which of General Gland's poems does Elsa Strauss say she would like to sing at the General's birthday feast?
The Rangoon March.
Yes. Which music critic introduces Musique Discrète on the 3rd programme?
Roger Cloud.
Gabriel Hall Pollack, in fact. 3 passes. The 15th quintet was the work in question. A set of steel teeth is what that strange general had that everybody envied. And Dennis Quilly played Owen Shewin throughout the plays. 3 passes. Anna Statham, 9 points. And our next contender, please. And your name is?
Christopher Mackay.
Your occupation?
Bookmaker.
And your chosen subject?
World Cup football.
World Cup football in 2 minutes. Who scored West Germany's equaliser in the last minute of the '66 World Cup final to send the match into extra time?
Pass.
Of the 7 countries to have won the World Cup, which is the only one not to have won the tournament at home?
Pass.
By what scoreline did Uruguay beat Yugoslavia and Argentina, defeat the USA in their respective semi-finals in 1930?
4-2.
6-1. The captains of the 1934 finalists, Italy and Czechoslovakia, both played in which position?
Centre half.
Goal. Who had a goal controversially disallowed for offside in the 14th minute of England's crucial pool match against Spain in the 1950 tournament?
Tom Finney.
Jackie Milburn. 2 countries appeared in the finals for the only time in 1938. One was the Dutch East Indies. Which was the other?
Cuba.
Yes. What was the name of the Italian referee who was heavily criticised for his handling of the 78 final, as he appeared to have been intimidated by the home crowd?
Pass.
Which team were undefeated during the 74 World Cup finals but were still eliminated from the tournament?
Scotland.
Correct. Who designed the original World Cup trophy, which was later named in honour of the FIFA president, Jules Rimet?
Pass.
What is the other profession of Socrates, who played for Brazil in the 82 and 86 World Cup finals?
Doctor.
Yes. Who was brought down to earn the penalty that Andreas Bremer converted to win the 1990 final for West Germany?
Klinsmann.
Fuller. Which country drew with Northern Ireland and Spain at the 82 finals?
Italy.
Honduras. What was the name of the Yorkshireman who managed Sweden in the 50 and 58 tournaments?
Albert Smith.
George Rayner. The 54 quarter-final between Hungary and Brazil, a game marred by numerous fouls and 3 sendings off, is generally referred to by what name?
The Battle of Santiago.
The Battle of Bern. What was the name of the Uruguayan, I finished the question, the Uruguayan player who was sent off after just 55 seconds of their match against Scotland in 1986?
Batista.
It was Batista. You had 4 passes. Lafleur designed the original World Cup trophy. Gonello was the name of that referee who was criticised for apparently being intimidated. Brazil has won the World Cup but hasn't won the tournament at home. And Weber scored that equaliser in the last minute of the 66 World Cup final that stopped all our hearts. Christopher Mackay, 4 passes, 4 points. So that's the first round, the specialist subject. Let's have a look at the scores. In 4th place with 4 points, Christopher Mackay. 3rd place with 9 points, Anna Statham. 2nd place with 10 points, David Pollard. Clearly in the lead at the moment with 16 points, Barry Simmons. Round 2 now, the general knowledge round. And let's ask Christopher Mackay to come and join us again, if he would, please. You did choose a very big subject. There's an awful lot of World Cup football.
Yes.
You're a bookmaker. Bookmakers had a bad year last year, which won't make a lot of people weep in their coffers, will it?
We're not the most favoured of people sometimes.
Why was it particularly bad last year?
Hedge Hunter winning the Grand National.
Favourite?
It was the favourite, so there was a lot of money on it. So the bookmakers took a big hit.
And other favourites won in other things. I suppose the more favourites that win, the poorer...
The poorer the bookie.
The poorer the bookie. But I suppose you don't see a poor bookie, because you can't lose, can you?
Not really, no. The odds are all in our favour, basically. In every football match or horse race, it is set up so the bookmaker wins whatever happens.
Yeah. Well, I knew that, but I sort of didn't expect you to say it.
I'm an honest bookie.
Oh, steady on now. Right, let's see how you get on with your general knowledge. 2 minutes, starting now. What type of foodstuff has a variety called capelli d'angelo, meaning angel's hair?
Pear.
Pasta. Who was the Secretary of State for Education and Science in Edward Heath's government from 1970 to 74?
Margaret Thatcher.
Yes. Which television channel was renamed as BBC Three in February 2003?
BBC Choice.
Correct. Which novelist was born in Steventon in Hampshire in 1775, the daughter of a rector?
Pass.
Which desert has the alternative Chinese names Shamoe, meaning sand desert, and Han Hal, meaning dry sea?
Pass.
What stage name does the American musician and performer Richard Melville Hall use, indicating that he's a descendant of the writer Herman Melville?
Moby.
Yes. In May 2005, Dan Wheldon became the first British winner of which race since Graham Hill in 1966?
Monaco Grand Prix.
Indianapolis, Indy 500. What name is given to the spectacular display by whales in which they break through the surface of the water and land on their back or side with a splash?
Breaching.
Yes, in December 1851, who was forced to resign as Britain's Foreign Secretary, having approved of a coup d'etat in France without consulting the Queen or the Prime Minister?
Pass.
The republics of Dagestan and Ingushetia are part of which country?
Russia.
Yes. Which metaphysical poet wrote, "And therefore never send to know for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee"?
Pass.
Which form of headgear, chosen because tank crews had to move in a cramped and reduced space, was adopted by the Royal Tank Corps in 1924?
Pass.
The advertising guru Charles Saatchi is the second husband of which television chef and cookery writer?
Nigella Lawson.
Yes. Which British director's films include The English Patient and Cold Mountain?
Anthony Minghella.
Yes. Drained by the North Para River, which valley, famed for its wines, is situated about 55 kilometres northeast of Adelaide?
Napa Valley.
Barossa Valley. You had 5 passes. The beret is what they wore in those tanks, for obvious reasons. John Donne wrote, "Never send to know for whom the bell tolls." Viscount Lord Palmerston was the man who had to resign as Foreign Secretary. The Gobi Desert is the one I was looking for. And Jane Austen was born in 1775, the daughter of a rector. 5 passes. Christopher Mackay, 11 points. And now Anna Statham, if she would join us, please. And I have to confess, as you're walking across, I'd never heard of the Hilda tablet plays. So
Really?
you'll have to tell us a little bit about them.
Well, they were first broadcast on the BBC Third programme in the 1950s.
Before it was Radio 3.
Yes. And they started off as being about somebody who was trying to write a biography of a literary character. But in the process of trying to write this biography and interviewing a lot of people, he was inveigled into doing all sorts of other things that he really didn't want to get involved with, particularly writing a 12-volume biography of Hilda Tablet, the composeress.
Composeress.
Yes.
Wonderful title. And she was the first full frontal nude on the wireless.
Yes, it was done very tastefully.
Explain.
The scene is in her bathroom, and she's just getting out of the bath and wrapping herself in a towel.
Right.
But, of course, this was acted in a very sensitive way.
Well, it would be. You wouldn't want to shock the Radio 3 listeners,
Indeed.
would you? Or the third programme listeners.
The third programme.
No, absolutely. Right. You have 9 points with your knowledge of Hilda Tablet. See how you do with general knowledge. 2 minutes. When questioned about his proposed act of treason in November 1605, who said a desperate disease requires a dangerous remedy?
Guy Fawkes.
Yes. Which vegetable is known as gobi on an Indian menu?
Peas.
Cauliflower. The jester Jack Point is the leading character in which Gilbert and Sullivan operetta?
Yeoman of the Guard.
Correct. Who became the deputy leader of the Conservative Party in the House of Commons in September 2001?
Pass.
What is the name of the extension to the London Tate Gallery that opened in 1987?
The Sainsbury.
Claw Gallery. Which city standing on the Rhone was governed by papal legates until 1791 when the French National Assembly annexed it?
Vatican City.
Avignon. In which film musical were the songs People and Second Hand Rose sung by Barbara Streisand?
The one about Fanny Bryce. I forget.
Which British linguist deciphered the Minoan Linear B script and showed it to be Greek in its earliest known form?
Pass.
The nucleus of which isotope consists of a single proton and a single neutron?
Lead.
Deuterium. What name is given to a pattern of evenly spaced spots printed on fabric?
Pass.
Which sports stadium in Edinburgh was built for the 1970 Commonwealth Games and also hosted many events in the 1986 Games?
Pass.
Which television chef, the godson of Richard Burton, claims in his autobiography that he was the first child in the UK to wear disposable nappies?
Pass.
The curlew, the oyster catcher and the avocet are all examples of which birds characterised by long legs and thin bills?
Waders.
Yes. Which chief of the Teton Sioux Nation found international fame when he joined Buffalo Bill's Wild West show in 1885?
Pass.
Which Ugandan-born cleric became the Church of England's first black archbishop? I'll finish the question when he was appointed to succeed David Hope at York in June 2005.
Pass.
Well, I'll tell you that one immediately. Dr. Sentamu, John Sentamu. And your other passes, Sitting Bull was the Sioux chief in question, and Anthony Worrell Thompson was the chef who said he was the first person to wear disposable nappies. Meadowbank Stadium it was. Polka Dot is the name, as you now know, given to those evenly spaced spots. Ventris was the British linguist who deciphered that strange script. Funny Girl, the name of the film in which Barbara Streisand sang those songs. And Michael Ancram became deputy leader of the Conservative Party. 8 passes, Anna Statham, 12 points. And now David Pollard, please. Now, you not only know a great deal about venomous snakes, you actually rather like them. You like picking them up and things like that.
Yeah.
You're still with us.
I think herpetologists have that sort of touchy-feely. They've got to get old.
Why?
Since I've been knee-high, I've always been interested in wildlife, and it's always been. I can't remember a time when I wasn't interested in natural history and wildlife.
But picking up poisonous snakes. I mean, an awful lot of people would be watching this programme and just refusing to believe it.
They're not normally. There's only, with 1 or 2 exceptions, aggressive. They're only aggressive if you irritate them, stand on them, you know, try and kill them. They don't actively go out and bite human beings.
Right, well, you have 10 points. At the moment, the score to beat is 16. Let's see if you can do it with your general knowledge, starting now. A chemical compound described as cupric or cuprous contains which metal?
Copper.
Correct. Which cheese, named after the Swiss valley where it was first made, resembles Gruyere but has larger holes?
Emmental.
Yes, in Greek legend, who was the younger brother of Agamemnon and the husband of Helen of Troy?
Pass.
On which island is the notorious former penal colony of Port Arthur, which is now regarded as a top tourist attraction?
Devil's Island.
Tasmania. In the title of a BBC comedy programme of the 80s, how were Rick, Neil, Vivian and Mike collectively known?
The Young Ones.
Yes, which Oxford College, founded in 1438 by Henry VI and Henry Chichele, traditionally has no undergraduates?
Balliol.
All Souls. What word can mean either a waterfall or an opaque condition of the lens of the eye?
Cataract.
Yes, who wrote the book Human Traces, which was published in 2005 and deals with madness, psychiatry and romance?
Pass.
Which American president acquired the nickname the Little Magician in recognition of his reputed cunning and skill as a politician?
Pass.
Vexillology is the term for the study of what?
Pass.
Which 38-year-old outsider beat Ernie Els in a playoff to win the 2004 Open Golf Championship at Troon?
Pass.
In the opera by Puccini, what is the profession of Tosca?
Singer.
Yes, which zone of the Earth's surface is defined by imaginary lines at approximately 23 degrees and 30 minutes, both north and south of the equator?
Tropics.
Yes, which philosopher and writer who was born in Geneva in 1712 wrote The Social Contract?
Freud.
Rousseau. Abernethy biscuits are supposedly named after a doctor who suggested flavouring plain biscuits with sugar and which seeds?
Sesame.
Caraway. What nickname was given to Francois Duvalier, the dictator of Haiti, from 1957 to 1971?
Papa Doc.
Yes, which artist, whose works include Sunday Afternoon on the Island of La Grande Jette, is credited with being the founder of Neo-Impressionism?
Gauguin.
Seurat. People with surnames ending in Ian or Yan, meaning son of, can usually trace their ancestry to which country?
Pass.
I'll tell you, Armenia. And your other passes, Todd Hamilton beat Ernie Els. Vexillology is the study of flags, believe it or not. Martin Van Buren was that very smart American president. Sebastian Folkes wrote Human Traces. And Menelaus was the younger brother of Agamemnon. 6 passes, David Pollard, 17 points. And now Barry Simmons, finally, please. And one of those characters of whom we probably know very little, but actually was hugely important, Robert Fitzroy. He was the chap who captained the Beagle when Darwin went off on that famous voyage.
Yes, but he was famous for much more than that. He's probably the finest sailor of the 19th century.
Really?
And his
It's a big
feats
claim to make.
more than emulate those of Captain Cook. He was an absolutely phenomenal sailor.
Really? And what else was he famous for, apart from being a great sailor?
Well, he was renowned for inventing weather forecasts that were published in the Times in about 1860.
Good heavens, did he get them right?
He got most of them right. He got about 72 to 75% right, which, up till fairly recently, was a good average compared to what the current Met Office was achieving.
Well, what an interesting character. And you scored 16 points with it, so not bad. Let's see how you do with general knowledge. 2 minutes, starting now. Which term has been taken for the game of bridge to indicate a player or team winning all the major tournaments of the same year?
Pass.
On which long-running BBC television chart show were the Go-Joes the first dance group to appear?
Top of the pops.
Yes, which ancient city in Jordan, unknown in the West since the time of the Crusades, was rediscovered in 1812 by the Swiss traveller Johann Ludwig Burckhardt?
Petra.
Yes, what name is given to both a young tree that is larger than a seedling and a greyhound before it's a year old?
Pass.
Who wrote the novel on which Bizet's opera Carmen is based?
Prosper Mérimée.
Yes, which Christian religious movement had its foundations in the so-called Holy Club, formed in Oxford in about 1730?
Oxford Movement.
Methodism. What collective name is given to those chemical elements whose atomic number is greater than 92?
Transuranic.
Yes, thought by many to define the modern Conservative Party, by what name is Sir Robert Peel's election address of 1834 commonly known?
Selden Man.
The Tamworth Manifesto. According to Calpurnia in Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, on the deaths of which unfortunates are no comets seen?
Pass.
In Spain, what is known as El Gordo, meaning the fat one?
Lottery.
Yes. Which motto of Sir Thomas Bond, after whom London's Bond Street is named, was used as the title of a 1999 James Bond film?
Pass.
Which phrase, spoken in 1871, is Henry Morton Stanley's only entry in the current Oxford Dictionary of Quotations?
Dr. Livingston, I presume.
Yes, in 1843, which South American country became the first outside Europe to issue postage stamps?
Brazil.
Yes, which Florentine painter completed his fresco cycle illustrating the lives of the Virgin and Christ in the Arena Chapel in Padua in about 1306?
Giotto.
Yes, what colour is the sweet liqueur Parfait Amour?
Pass.
Which musical featuring the songs Let the Sunshine In and Aquarius opened on Broadway in April 1968?
Hair.
Yes, which Southern African country became an independent nation on the 4th of October 1966 under the rule of King Moshoeshoe II?
Swaziland.
Lesotho. In an optical instrument, what name is given to the finish the question, given to the magnifying lens or system of lenses through which an image is finally viewed?
Eyepiece.
Yes, the eyepiece or the ocular. 5 passes. Parfait Amour is violet. The world is not enough is the name of that Bond film. Shakespeare said, no comments are seen on the death of beggars. A sapling is both a young tree and a young greyhound, and Grand Slam is what you've won if you win the lot. Those 5 passes, but it doesn't matter. Barry Simmons, 26 points. So, at the end of the general knowledge round, the end of the contest, let's look at the scores. In 4th place with 11 points, Christopher Mackay. In 3rd place with 12 points, Anna Statham. 2nd place with 17 points, David Pollard. Well in the lead with 26 points, Barry Simmons. So, of course, Barry Simmons goes through to the next round. Congratulations to him. Do join us next week for more Masterminds. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Computer hackers wreaking havoc with people's lives online, and the scientists out to defeat them. Horizon, tonight at 9, here on BBC Two. Well, it's step upper lip against the might of the Nazi war machine next in our film, Angels 1-5.